Morning viewers, welcome to this quick tutorial. If you ever wondered what makes your computer, phone, tablet actual works, today we are diving into the brain of every device, the OS, or what we call the operating system. Let's move on to the questions and answer segment so that we can explain more about operating system. What is an operating system? An operating system, simply put, the operating system is a small managing software of a computer, the manager or the translator. It is just like a boss. Think of it as a boss that manages everything and a friendly interpreter between you, your applications, and the computer's hardware details. The OS handles all the boring and low-level details so that you can just click on an app and then you have it work. For example, the Windows, the Mac OS, and the Android. Let's move on to another question. Describe the 4 general roles of an operating system. Resource manager. The OS manages and allocates all the computer resources, including the CPU, memory, RAM, input-output devices like keyboard, mouse, or printer, and file storage. It decides which program get to use which resources and for how long. Let's move on to another point, user interface. The OS provides a way for the user to interact with the computer. This is usually a graphical user interface, GUI with icons, windows, and menus like Windows or Mac OS, or a command line interface. The third one, program execution or service provider. The OS is responsible for loading programs into memory, running them, and providing the environmental they need to. The OS is responsible for loading program into memory, running them, and providing the environmental they need to execute. It manages multiple programs running at once, multitasking. Lastly, security and protection. The OS protects system resources from authorized access and prevent a program from interfering with another. It handles user authentication, logins, and control file permissions. Another question, elaborate why these roles of an OS are important. We are just going back to the 4 roles we were mentioning. Resource management. Resource management ensures the computer runs efficiently and fail. Without it, program would constantly conflict over the CPU or memory, leading to crashes. The user interface. The user interface makes the computer accessible and easy to use for the average person. Imagine having to write a complex program. Just open a file. Another point, program execution. Program execution is what enables multitasking. It allows you to run a web, browse, listen to music, and type a document simultaneously, maximizing your productivity. Security and protection. Safeguards your data and the stability of the system. It prevents a fault application from corrupting your entire OS or operating system or another user from accessing your private files. Let's jump on to another question. Using an example, explain a race condition. A race condition is a problem that occurs in a multitasking or multi-threaded environment where the output of a program or function depends on the sequence of timing of event. The race is between 2 or more operations to see which one finishes and modifies a thread resources first. Let's take an example of 2 people with a joint account of a bank account. Imagine 2 people process A and process B at the same time at different ATMs, trying to withdraw money from a joint bank account. Is that the bank account has got a balance of 500. Process A, that is user A, checks the balance account and finds it's 500. It decides to withdraw 300. Process B, that is user B, check the balance account and find it's 500. It decides to withdraw 300. Process A completes the withdrawal. Balance is 500 minus 300 and get the balance 200. Process B do the same, complete the withdrawal with a new balance of 500 minus 200 and get 200. Now the rest is here. The rest is in between. The two accounts should be able to. Actually, we are saying the problem is the actual balance should be 500 minus 300 minus 300 and a balance of minus 100. Because both processes read the initial balance of 500 before either one could update it, the account is now overdrawn with $100 and the system incorrectly show a balance of 200. The outcome depends on the unpredictable sequence of their operations, that is the rest condition. And that's our deep dive into the basic of the operating system. We covered what an OS is, its 4 essential roles, why these roles matters, and how a tricky rest condition can mess up things if the OS is not doing its job, that is the operating system. If you find this helpful, please like the video and share the link with